yes, I dreamed.
Hi, you may know me as Movie and TV Mistress, and I usually host a program or a YouTube channel called The Wonderful World of Dodgy Movies. As your host, Movie and TV Mistress. And you're probably wondering, where's she been? Well, I've not been anywhere. I've not done anything. And I thought, what better way to reintroduce myself than to do a get to know me video. So, while I sit here doing one of the many things I've learnt to do during quarantine and during my time off, I thought I could explain a little bit about me. So, you may know me as Movie and TV Mistress, and you may know that I like to watch dodgy movies, and you might know that I really enjoy Howard the Duck here. So, Howard is a guilty pleasure, let's put it that way, shall we? I don't think it's a guilty pleasure, but other people seem to think I should call it that. It's just a pleasure for me to watch Howard the Duck. And Back to the Future, Ferris Bueller, pretty much any 80s film. And if you know me personally, you might know that I have a very large movie collection. And when I met my husband, so did he. So we have a massive movie collection. So, back in January, I got into eBay and decided to start buying some videos. And I remember watching a video earlier during quarantine by the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he was pointing out that there's a lot of films that have not actually been released on DVD or Blu-ray that were on video. And I was like, yeah, he's right, you know. I mean, I'd never heard of the Dirty Dozen sequels, and they're all on DVD. No, they're not. They're all on video. They're not on DVD. So that was interesting, and I got one of them. I also found out that there's apparently a whole load of sequels that doesn't have Robert De Niro in it for Midnight Run. So at some point I'm going to be getting hold of them. But the wonderful thing about the internet is that you can find anything. And you can pretty much watch anything. But the reason I have not been uploading or been on the internet too much is I suffer from depression and anxiety. Now, I know I'm not the only one, and there's probably a load of people on the internet and on YouTube that do, and I'm aware of that. And I don't want any sympathy. I didn't want to do this video really, but I feel I should sort of explain myself. And maybe just let a little bit of you into who I am. So, I've had depression for quite a while, and anxiety, brought on by stress usually. It gets to a very dark place, and I highly recommend, if you are suffering from depression, to speak to somebody. During quarantine it got very difficult because the NHS pretty much stopped everything. I'm still waiting to possibly speak to a therapist through the NHS, which, yay, I went off sick in January and it is now July. But in the meantime, what I found is really helpful is actually speaking to the Samaritans. When I get really low, and when I get quite scared of how low I get, and I do get scared, I call them. I also started knitting, crocheting. I always did cross stitch, well not always, but after my previous depressive episode 6 years ago, I picked up cross stitch. This time I picked up knitting and crocheting. Some to do with needles, I don't know. Yes, I have self-harmed, and yes, I have used sewing needles in the wrong way. But I'm working on that with the help of Samaritans and my husband, and using bigger needles that are blunt and that don't stab you. I mean, I know in horror films and stuff you can stab people with these. I am aware of that. I know I've seen horror films where there's a woman who stabs people in the back or in the eyes with knitting needles, but that's not my plan here. My plan here is to make a really long, kind of Doctor Who rainbow scarf with rainbow thread. Anyway, who am I? Well, movie and TV Mistress is a bit of a character. A bit of me, but a bit of a character. I was inspired, if you hadn't realised, by Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I grew up in the 80s, so I grew up with a lot of knowledge of Elvira as a kid, and lots of John Hughes films, of course, and all the classic horror films that came out in the 80s that, well, yes, as a small child, I probably shouldn't have seen, but, you know, as children want to do, they bug their parents until their parents let them watch Nightmare on Elm Street. And then they have to pause every time there's something scary to explain special effects to us, because my brother and I are too young. We didn't get all the sexual references, you know, the paedophilia. No, that was just, you know, not something that you sort of picked up on as a, you know, small child under the age of 10, let's say. And let's say that the new Nightmare on Elm Street movie that came out, that tried to reboot the franchise, really hammered that home in a really not subtle way. I mean, as a kid, I just thought Freddy Krueger was just a child killer. I mean, as you get older and you rewatch those films, you do realise, yes, he was a paedophile, and that's why he stuck his hand up between Nancy's legs in the bath. But, you know, to watch the reboot, it was kind of just like, dude, I thought Eric Stoltz's paedophilia reference in Butterfly Effect was subtle in comparison to this. See, I watch many movies. Me as Sarah, if you aren't aware, I'm a big sci-fi geek. I watched Red Dwarf, I've been to Red Dwarf conventions, I watched Supernatural, I watched Doctor Who, though I haven't really watched it since about the second season of Peter Capaldi. I really need to get back to it. It's just that I kind of got annoyed at Peter Capaldi's like, I'm going through a midlife crisis stage, and I just was like, I just don't care. I don't need to see him rocking out on a guitar. And I know people will probably go, but that was awesome. I'm like, And I don't want to see Jodie Whittaker with her Mork-esque outfit. That really does make me think of Mork and Mindy. I don't know why. Oh, I do. It's the rainbow stripe that makes me think of, you know, Mork's rainbow stripe braces. So it's not that I haven't wanted to make videos. It's that I, at the really height of my depression, I didn't want to be seen. So in a way, my husband and I, unfortunately my husband's been kind of forced to self-isolate with me because of how low I got. So we've been kind of stuck at home since January. The last week of January until July, I have not really gone out. We have ventured out to the shops. My parents visited and that before lockdown, and they tried to get me out of the house and go shopping, but every time I was outside, all I could think of was I didn't want to be seen, I didn't want to be there, and I was just anxious all the time about that. So it's taken me a while to build up the courage to do this. And this is about the fourth or fifth take of me trying to figure out how to talk to this camera, and then I decided, you know what, I'll just knit. Because I'm not great at talking about myself. I'm not great at explaining something as kind of private as depression. But I want people to know that it isn't a bad thing. Everyone at some point will have low mood and depression. I take a lot of medication for mine. I tried to come off it after the last one 6 years ago, and I did get off it for a while, but this depression has hit a lot harder and required a lot more medication and a lot more help. Thankfully, the job I have has been able to help and got me a little bit of therapy, which has helped me discuss some of the issues that I've had. Because, as I said, still waiting to hopefully get some help from the NHS. But because coronavirus hit, that meant everything stopped when it came to medicine, pretty much, and I'm still waiting for them to get back in touch. My husband has been an amazing rock, and you might know him as the Dark Critic, and he helps me with these videos, and he's been like my cheerleader, so you'll usually see him in the comments. Because sometimes he's not involved, like right now he's not here, because I need to do this on my own. I need to just be honest with you. So, what are my plans? My plans are to review more movies. As I said, earlier in the year I was buying some VHS tapes from eBay of films that maybe I hadn't seen for years, and films that just caught my eye. So at some point I will review a few of those videos. I've also gone through some of the videos that my husband had in our garage, and picked out a couple of them, and I will sit down and watch them. And the other day on Amazon I was going through the films on there, and you know what, I do enjoy Amazon Prime, just specifically for the fact that it's just so random, and the random stuff you can find on there. So I may be reviewing something like Ticks, for instance, or Swarm of the Snakehead or something, or Welcome to Frogtown, or The Sisterhood. I don't know. We'll go through it. We'll figure it out. I've also kind of got hooked on watching classic episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000 on Pluto TV, because it's just constantly running repeats. And just runs them like 24/7, so you can sit there and just watch and watch and watch, and that's kept me laughing and kept me kind of going, I really need to get back to that. But because I was so afraid of being seen in public, I also became afraid of being seen on social media, so I didn't post much. And it was only recently that I actually went back onto the internet and started using things like Zoom to chat to my Slumber World group, for instance, or chat to friends and let them see me, because now I do have a friend that has seen me through this, and she was a great support, and is still a great support, but sometimes the last thing you want to do is be seen. And considering how I've been, which is pretty much I don't want to get out of bed, it's not because I'm tired, though I do sleep a lot, it's just because I have no motivation. I'm afraid to step out the front door, I was dealing with the thought of, if I get up out of bed, I might do something stupid. Now, that's not to say I'll do something stupid like, oh, I'll just, go buy something or something stupid like that. No, something stupid to me is something very dangerous and bad. So that's why my husband has been home with me, to make sure I didn't do anything stupid, as we like to call it. But just know I am doing a lot better. I am here and we will get back to normal. My plan is to watch a movie, one of the ones that I bought on VHS or found on VHS in my husband's collection, and film a review and have that up for you on Sunday morning, and get back to the Sunday morning routine of having a video uploaded every Sunday. And if at some point I get stronger and a bit more organised, I might try and upload a second video during the week. But I'm not going to put the pressure on myself just yet, because right now what I need to do is I need to get better, because I'm still fighting this, and I need to get back to my actual full-time job, and then see how everything goes. And knowing how I've been over the past few months, I know that this is going to have exhausted me once I've edited this and uploaded it and put it live. And I'll probably end up either later on today or tomorrow just sleeping and not wanting to get up. The fact that I have got up, got dressed, put some makeup on, I've not done that since January. I mean, I have got dressed, but the makeup, I have not done makeup. The hair thing, my hair, like everyone, is ridiculous. It's got very long and I need to learn how to do stuff with my hair. But you would have thought, oh, well, why didn't you learn to do that while you were in quarantine? Because I get really annoyed with my hair because it's so fine, and every time I try and do anything with it, it just falls down. Hence the wigs. And they're just so much easier because then I don't have to do anything. I just have to stick a wig on and it's done, and I just have to sort of kind of make it me and make it Mistress of the Dark. Don't worry. I love you all. I love everyone who has subscribed to me and commented to me on my Facebook, on YouTube videos, everything, and I really do appreciate the fact that people have been watching and commenting and subscribing to my channel while I've not been there. But just know, I appreciate you all, and I am getting better and stronger every day. So tune in on Sunday and we'll see what video I upload on Sunday. Hopefully it's a movie none of us have ever heard of, because I'm thinking of one right now that I'd never heard of but my husband has on video. So tune in on Sunday and we'll see what it is. And thanks for watching, subscribing, and as always, remember to hit the subscribe button, which is usually around here above where Howard is. There's a notification bell over here, and if you hit the notification bell, it will notify you when I upload, when you hit subscribe. And comment down below, but please remember, there's no need to be rude. We're going through a hell of a time at the minute and everyone's got issues, and there's no need to be mean. All I want is for everyone to be happy and to love each other, and let's just get this world back to normal, and a new normal is better than an old normal. That's what I say. So till Sunday, Thank you for watching. Lots of love. Bye!